I had a really charming experience. It was amazing. It has been amazing. It has been, it's been a wonderful gift to my life and to that story. It started in LA about a week after the book came out. The people who ended up being the producers of the movie, Rick and Isaac, came to see our Nerd Fighter gathering on our tour in LA, and they said we really want to make this, and I just, talked to them about what was really important to me, that if you're going to make a studio movie with a girl who is wearing a nasal cannula in every scene of the movie, then maybe. But if you're going to make a studio movie where sometimes her lungs feel better so that we can get pretty pictures, no. And I think they cared a lot about the story. They were very serious about it from the beginning, and everybody that they brought on in that process, from Scott and Mike, who wrote the screenplay and wrote, one of the most faithful adaptations I've ever read, to Josh Boone, the director, and the cast, everybody who came into that project, they really cared about the story, and they were really scared of the readers of the story. They were genuinely afraid of disappointing you guys. And I actually think that's a really good place to make a movie from. But I think the reason, I really think that it's good. I might be wrong. I've been wrong before. Maybe it will come out and you guys will all be like, oh my gosh, it's the worst. I'm sure that you will let me know. But I really think that it's good, and I think the reason that it's good has very little to do with me, and I'm not just saying that to be honest, I'm saying it because the reason that it's good is because Shailene Woodley and Ansel Elgort and they took the book very, very seriously, and they care so much about those characters. In some cases, I think they understand those characters in ways that I couldn't have, because I was busy looking at, from the perspective of Hazel. So I think that it's down to them. It's their movie, it's not my movie, but I'm extremely proud of the work that they did.
Well, it raises this interesting, because it is a separate thing. And Paper Towns, when it gets made, will be a separate thing. The idea that the books exist as the books, and then the movie becomes something else. I'm just curious your thoughts on that. It's the same story, basically, but the format changes everything, really.
Yeah, well, and the format changes everything, exactly, because a book is a crazy thing because you have to turn these scratches on a page into ideas that live in your mind and kind of only your mind, right? It's not a collective experience. It's not, you don't go to the movie theater and sit with 200 other people and read a book.
It would be great if you could.
It would be great. If you could all read at the same pace and you're all laughing at the same time, that would be awesome. You're all crying, oh God, I just got to the sound. But we don't read that. We don't read at the same pace together. But that's also what's magical about books. So I think it's a very different thing. And I think part of the adaptation process, at least for me, is recognizing that and trying to honor it, that it's going to be a very different thing, inherently. And if we try to make the book, we're not going to make a good movie. And I'd much rather have a movie that people will respond to and feel good about. That said, I think one of the big concerns for authors, and this is a concern for me, is that, I will never again read Harry Potter without seeing Daniel Radcliffe. I will never again, and I think so the visuals are so powerful. We are wired for vision in a way we are not wired for reading. We have been watching things since the moment that we became humans. We have not been reading things, except for the last 10,000 years, 8,000 years, or whatever. So I think it's so powerful that it can overwhelm the reading experience or change the reading experience, which is what I think some authors find problematic about it. And I'm aware of that, and it concerns me, but at the same time, I feel like, movies can be good, movies can be useful, and it's not fair for me to say that movies, that movies suck or whatever. That's far too general of a statement to make. I have made that statement in the past, but I regret it, and I'm obsessed with, unhealthily obsessed with data, publishing data, Goodreads ratings, and I have a very complicated algorithm that I had someone build me to help me understand if there are books that people on Goodreads love that aren't selling, and if so, if I should read them, and maybe they are, they just haven't gotten like the activation energy that they need. Anyway, this is not interesting for you. So I know for a fact that people like Catherine's less than my other books. It makes me love Catherine's more. Listen, I don't like, to be honest with you, like I don't labor under the delusion that I'm a particularly good writer, so like I don't have, I don't really think I don't like any of the books that much, so I have a soft spot in my heart for Catherine, but you know, I understand that people don't like it as much as my books, which is totally fine. I feel bad about that joke now. It was such a self-indulgent joke. I'm so sorry. I'm like blushing. I recently had kind of an existential crisis on that topic, feeling like I had maybe done most of the things that I had wanted to do on my time. Oh God. You had no idea how difficult a question this was going to be. I would like to spend a week with my brother where we do not talk about work. And I'm confident that I will spend the next 50 years without achieving that. So that's something I can hold on to.